Hi everybody, Linda Israel here with another Take 10, a different point of view butterfly edition. If you've been following along, you have seen episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, episode 4, and then this is going to be the beginning of episode 5. As I've said in my previous videos, this is the Tim Holtz collection Stampers Anonymous Butterfly. And the idea is that within 10 minutes, I'm going to make a different greeting card using this stamp than the previous 4 that I just made. So the focal is this butterfly. I have some papers that I have inherited that were given to me, and so I've been using a lot of scraps that I already have. Some of them were pre-cut already, so I'm just making do with a little bit of what I have. I have my tablet here to start the time, and I have a few supplies setting aside, ready to go. So come along and follow along and see what we can do within 10 minutes on this Take 10, a different point of view. I'm going to start the timer now. It has begun. I'm going to get it out of the way. I've got this stamp, and then I have some papers. This is a piece of white cardstock. I think it was a 3.5 inch square, maybe. I don't know. It was already cut. It was a 3 inch square. 3 inch square. And then I found this little piece of paper, and then I went looking for a stamp that fit it. And so I have a stamp that fits. So I have a saying, I have a square. I have a card foundation that I'm going to put everything on. This was an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, cut in half and scored. And then a while back, I made some flowers that I used the Adirondack sprays and then my mixture of what I call a glimmer mist, which is a mixture of 4 polish and Pearl-Ex. I don't know if you could see the glimmer glitzy in there, and that's what gives that shimmer, and it's really inexpensive. And I had placed the flowers on top of a paper towel to help sop up the paint and not leave such a mess. And when I got done, I thought the paper towel looked really cool, so I saved it. So I thought that this could look really cool on the front of my card, and I'm going to tear it apart. And then looking at my card front, it's not quite large enough, so I'm going to rip it and then rip it again on the other side, and that'll give it a nice texture. And I'm going to rip it just a little on each end. That way it won't have straight edges. It'll have that torn look all the way around. I want to use 2 different kinds of glues to get that to stick. I know that sometimes when you use fibers like that, they don't stick very well. I've got my ATG gun. I'm going to just put a couple of lines of that sticky stuff on there, and then to really make sure it's going to adhere, I'm going to put a line of white glue in an X kind of pattern, and that's just a Lean's tacky glue. Putting the pretty side up. That's going to be my card foundation. So now what do I want to do with this little piece of paper? I think what I want to do is stamp the butterfly, but I don't want to stamp it dead center, and I don't want it on this side because I've kind of been doing that a lot. So I want to change it to it's on this side of the paper. And I believe what I want to do is I want to stamp it in black ink. So I'm going to use the Brutus Monroe detail ink. Even though that's a little cube, it can ink up this entire stamp. I'm using a pouncing and up and down motion to ink my stamp. Going over the whole image, just pouncing up and down. Kind of take out your aggressions right here. If you've had a stressful day, just pounce away on the stamp. That should be sufficient. Close that back up. And I'm going to stamp just a little bit off the page, somewhat like so. Make a good, strong impression. Like that. I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to wipe up my excess ink on my mat and not have a craft catastrophe. I knocked over my water. Thankfully it has a lid so it didn't spill. Okay. Next, what I want to do is I want to stamp congratulations. Again, I'm using the detail ink. The congratulations stamp is from Stampabilities. And I want to stamp that somewhat in the center. Like so. Oh, that's not a very good impression. I didn't get enough ink on there and didn't hold it long enough. One more time. Good thing there's two sides of the paper. I'm at 5 minutes 30 seconds. Oh, that's much better. Can start assembling the card. And I want to use white glue. Making a pattern of my back. Sticking that on. Making sure I'm gluing on the wrong side, the one I didn't want to keep. Hold that down for a moment. I did find some stickles in my stash. I've got 6 minutes 26 seconds. Let's see the time there. So I've got just a little bit longer. I'm trying to hold my paper down. I think I want to make 3 little dots right here on the edge. Getting a paper towel. You always want to test it, make sure it's not going to come out in a great big blob. I'll make 1 dot, 2 dots, 3 dots. And that, at 7 minutes and a few seconds, is my card. It will dry, and I think that is a pretty simple card in 7 minutes that looks pretty clever. Looks different, does it not? This was number 4. Here's number 5. There's number 3. There's number 5. There's number 2. There's number 5. And this was the first one. So, a different point of view, number 5 for the butterfly in Take 10. What do you think? If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Share it with your friends. Leave a comment below, because every time that you do that, it helps me be seen by other people out there that might like this type of video, and helps my subscriptions get up there so I can get more people to look at mine. Of course, I get revenue because mine are monetized. Make sure you follow me on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. I'm also a design team member of the Brutus Monroe Stamp Company, so check out their products like the detailed ink that I used on the black butterfly stamping today. Thanks for watching today. Get out there and create something beautiful.